Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Apparently, artificial intelligence believes that the price of XRP is going to increase by 8-fold by the end of 2024. So, not that I'm taking the price suggestions or predictions of artificial intelligence seriously, but for fun, let's go ahead and look at what it has to say, because I think it'll be hilarious if we look back a year from now and the artificial intelligence was better than any chart analyst out there. In terms of expectations of XRP price action. And it is kind of wild what they did, though, because this type of these types of requests of artificial intelligence, they're actually prohibited, but they went ahead and had to go through a process of basically jailbreaking the artificial intelligence so that you could basically get up-to-date real-world information and then kind of trick it into providing information that the creators actually don't want it to share with you. And then there was also this headline from You Today. Ripple CEO Garlinghouse fires back at former SEC chair. Now stick around for this one, because I gotta tell you, like, we're all repulsed by the SEC and the slimy nature of Jay Clayton and Kim Jong-Gensler, but it's just, on top of just being disgusting, it's also, I gotta admit, incredibly fascinating to see the 180 that is articulated from Jay Clayton. Because some of the stuff anyway that he's saying now, you would think just as easily could have come from Brad Garlinghouse himself in terms of the right approach for certainly the SEC, but the United States government at large approaching the regulation of crypto. And now Jay Clayton's saying that crap. What in the ever-loving hell? This man has no shame. And so Garlinghouse ended up saying that he's in disbelief. But before going further, I do want to be clear. I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. All right, so this piece is really long, and I don't want to read the whole thing. We're going to get straight to the meat of this. It's from A&B Crypto. It's titled, ChatGPT thinks XRP will surge by 8x by the end of 2024. And I'll say this, 8x sounds pretty damn good, but if that's the peak of where XRP goes, I'd be a little bit disappointed, unless it's the case that it's only gone so high because it's following Bitcoin, and Bitcoin hasn't hit a new all-time. Now, if that's the case, that probably won't grind my gears. But otherwise, it's probably going to grind my gears. And so they wrote here the following. Note that ChatGPT has limited access to information until 2021 only. That makes it difficult to pull data beyond 2021, let alone make future predictions, something which OpenAI's policy firmly prohibits. Ergo, we followed ChatGPT jailbreak techniques to bypass some of these limitations to try to get modest XRP price predictions. And let me jump down to that section now. They write here... Here we go. The jailbroken version predicted XRP's price to reach $3 by the end of 2023. Now, folks, I am Mr. XRP Bull. We have 1 month. If Bitcoin finally starts running on a tear like Credible Crypto thinks is going to happen, okay, fine. I try to never say never when it comes to crypto, unless you get into Looney Tunes lands and you're talking about $100,000 per XRP or something stupid like that. Then no. But the nature of crypto is that it actually does move really fast, and when XRP did hit its new all-time high from middle of December till the beginning part of, that'll be 2017, middle of December 2017 until the beginning part of 2018, you're talking about somewhere in the neighborhood from the beginning to the end of that part of the run, like 2.5 weeks. So, so again, mind you, that means XRP ran from about 20 cents to almost $4 in about 2.5 weeks. So is there enough time? Technically, yes. Do I think that's going to happen? I would love for it to happen, though. That would be fun, because you never know when you're going to wake up one day and then just XRP starts melting faces. It's going to be fantastic. Anyway, piece continues. We thought about providing the bot with more context about the court judgment and the ongoing bull run for it to make a more judicious prediction. The details humbled ChatGPT, as it now predicted a more modest price for XRP by the end of 2023, i.e. $2.50. We then asked the bot what price XRP will reach towards the end of 2024 if it successfully reaches the price of $2.50 by the end of 2023. ChatGPT expected XRP to reach an average price of $5 by the end of 2024 if it meets the $2.50 mark by the end of 2023. But the token would need to keep riding the waves of positive developments, regulatory clarity, and market enthusiasm. And so, look, I'm not putting any stock into this whatsoever. But again, just for fun, I just want to say again, if we're at the end of next year and XRP's around $5 and all the other analysts out there are calling for 10, 15, 20 bucks, whatever it may be, and ChatGPT nails it, I'm going to give credit where it's due to this freaking AI. God. But if you want to talk about what's perhaps more realistic, I want to share with you something that was posted by my fellow XRP YouTuber Kevin Cage, who I've always thought to be a rather even-keeled individual, well-informed. He's been in the space for quite a while, and I think he has a pretty good, just pragmatic approach to what's likely to happen in the not-too-distant future here. And none of us know for sure, again, of course not. But I think the approach that he's taken in his thoughts are pretty damn reasonable and really positive. If you're in crypto at the time that I'm recording this, the end of 2023, congratulations to you. Because depending on specific circumstances and your own human behaviors, it could be equivalent to, winning the lottery. But here's what Kevin Cage had to say. Bitcoin, Bitcoin monthly. Comparing last two cycles. Measuring from the highs of the monthly RSI momentum until Bitcoin broke into a new all-time high price. The last two cycles each took over 1,000 days to break into new highs. If this coming cycle rhymes with the past two cycles, we could see new highs in 2024. If we take over 1,200 days like the 2013 through 2017 cycle, that would still be July/August of 2024. And so, folks, think about that. If this indeed happens, and again, I keep saying it because it's worth repeating, no guarantees, doesn't mean for sure history is going to perfectly repeat. I mean, I don't expect it actually to perfectly repeat, but I think it's reasonable to suppose that history may kind of rhyme with itself. And so you think about what the AI is saying here, starts to sound not so crazy. Although I would hope if Bitcoin is going to hit a new all-time high that when XRP runs, even if there's a delay, because historically there has been a delay from when Bitcoin runs until when XRP runs, I would hope that it would finally like doubly melt faces compared to last time when it hit a new all-time high. Because, I mean, it's been coiled up for so damn long. When it goes, I hope this bitch just launches, right? And it's not unreasonable to suppose that it may do just that. Anyway, Kevin Cage continues. Whether you believe in the Bitcoin halving effect or not, crypto markets are in fact cyclical. Approximately every 4 years we have the Bitcoin halving cycle, the US election cycle, and the debt refi cycle, all coincidentally tied closely together. History is no guarantee of future performance, but I like our odds over the coming years considering the developments we're seeing. And so it is true, and I actually don't know all of his thoughts as far as the Bitcoin halving. I made mine pretty clear in the channel. I don't think that it amounts to much of anything because almost all Bitcoin has been mined, and when you cut a new supply of Bitcoin in half when it's already small, most of the Bitcoin that's going to get purchased, we already know it's not going to come from miners mining Bitcoin. It's going to come from currently existing Bitcoin. So I just don't see it changing that much, and it's going to matter that much less with each subsequent halving. So it is what it is. But it is true. Like there are other things that come cyclically, including, like he said here, the U.S. election cycle. And does that play into this? I have no data on that. I don't know. I don't really have an opinion. It's plausible, but I think that it's pretty clear that what's most plausible. Let me word it like that. What's most plausible to presume is that there's a correlation most strongly between, and I don't even have to say presume, there's data on it. That's why I feel this way. There's a correlation, most importantly, between crypto and stocks, broadly speaking. And you can see this just my favorite example off the top of my head, it has been for years now, in March of 2020 with the pandemic. And man, stocks cratered, crypto cratered at the same time. I mean, I'm just saying for the biggest movements, there's a more noticeable correlation for the stock with the stock market than anything else. And so if you're kind of wondering what's most important, I I'm going to hazard a guess, this is my personal opinion, that as long as the stock market's not going into the gutter, probably things are going to be pretty good for crypto broadly speaking. And stocks and crypto assets are considered risk-on assets. So, the way I've been wording it, and it could be true, is that crypto's following Dow. I mean, in terms of correlation, yes. But is it a true following, or is it just a correlation? Maybe it's just since they're treated more or less the same thing, that's what we should just come to expect, and that's why it's doing what it's doing. But all that to say, and we've already seen stuff like what we've seen this year, this is what we should expect, given historical precedent here. If this continues, yeah, we're probably going to have some fun for the remainder of the year, 2023, but 2024 could be absolutely bonkers. We'll see. And then there's this from you today. Ripple CEO Garlinghouse fires back at former SEC chair. And get ready for a blood boil. That's what's going to happen up on his bench. Piece reads as follows. In a recent post on the X social media platform, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse said that he was in a state of disbelief after hearing some comments that were recently made by former U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission Chair Jay Clayton about the state of cryptocurrency regulation. It seems that Garlinghouse views Clayton's comments as hypocritical, considering that the latter initiated the infamous lawsuit against Ripple. During a conversation at an event organized by the Council on Foreign Relations, or CFR for short, an independent nonpartisan think tank, Clayton voiced his open-minded attitude to cryptocurrency and I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Into cryptocurrency entrepreneurs and regulation. And check out this quote from Jay Clayton, this prick. I'm very sympathetic to the entrepreneurs who wanted to reach out to the public to raise capital, end quote. You've got to be kidding me. You're sympathetic? What? What the hell kind of rewriting of history is this? You did nothing to help with capital formation in this segment. Nothing whatsoever. And you wouldn't speak about specific products or projects. Discussing, but of course it gets worse. No, that's not the worst. No. I promise you blood boiling, just stick with me here. Clayton adds that regulators should be looking at ways that would make it easier to raise capital for smaller and medium-sized companies. The former SEC boss believes that the appropriate way to regulate cryptocurrencies is to recognize that it is, quote, a technology, not a product, end quote. Okay, now that's the one that pissed me off the most. I don't know about you guys. That one pissed me off the most. It's a technology. Cryptocurrency, XRP, what? So it's a technology. It's not a product. Then what in the ever-loving hell were you doing, being one of 5 votes, voting to sue Ripple for offering XRP as a because mind you, XRP, remember the embodiment theory? XRP embodied all the efforts of Ripple. What the hell were you doing pushing this lawsuit, voting in favor of bringing the lawsuit against Ripple with these claims that XRP itself was a security? What the hell? What revisionist history is this? What is this? My God, he's trying to save face here, but I haven't forgotten the BS that he put millions of people through the world over who hold XRP. I haven't forgotten that. Have you forgotten that? Are you? Oh yeah, you're thinking, oh yeah, that Jay Clayton guy. Oh, that's right, I did think he's a prick. Have you forgotten about it, or do you remember that he's a prick the whole time? You didn't forget that, did you? What a douchebag. The goal of this man. It's just discussing. Oh, now everything's a technology, not a product. Oh, it's a technology, not a product. The douchebaggery of this. What fresh hell is this? The piece continues. He believes that it is a different technology that is delivering the product that we already know in a more efficient way. Quote, this is again that prick Jay Clayton. I think that the classification issues about whether a product is a security or a commodity are overblown. I think most of those decisions are pretty easy, end quote. Well, let me tell you something. There's certainly over 75,000 XRP holders represented by Attorney John Deaton who disagree with that BS. Oh, it's pretty clear that, I mean, okay, to clarify, we think that it's clear that XRP and cryptocurrencies, obviously not securities, but we know that he does not believe that. Or if he did or does now, wow. Come on, you gotta be kidding me. He's the reason that we didn't see XRP hit a new all-time high. Like, he has impacted the wealth of all of us. He has harmed us in terms of our net worth. Right? I mean, I'm not the only one thinking that's correct. And then he's going to say this with a straight face? It's just disgusting. It's absolutely despicable. So you have attorney John Deaton responding to this video clip, and he wrote, Clayton, along with Bill Hinman and Gary Gensler, represent everything wrong with America's regulated financial markets. This video of Clayton should even make Hester Peirce embarrassed for him. Spot on, attorney Deaton. Attorney Bill Morgan reposted the clip, which was shared by my fellow XRP YouTuber Crypto Eddie, and here's what attorney Bill Morgan wrote. It only mattered to him when he wanted to damage XRP as a competitor to Ethereum and Bitcoin. And he has the gall to say, let the market decide the value of technology, after he was involved in the Ethereum free pass speech that went a long way to the SEC picking a winner, not the market. And by the way, folks, that is correct. As a friendly reminder, he actually did, Jay Clayton's one of the guys that did see the drafts of the speech before Bill Hinman gave that speech June 14th of 2018. And you saw how the market responded pretty favorably, right? And so you had Brad Garlinghouse respond to Crypto Eddie in response to this clip. And he had just 3 words. Brad Garlinghouse simply wrote, I'm in disbelief. And frankly, I was too. I was like, these are mouth words. Are we sure this is not a deep fake? Are we absolutely sure? And yes, we're actually sure, but still. So I was in disbelief, so I responded, and I just wrote, I'm in disbelief. And then I gathered my thoughts, and I wrote just a smidge more because I'm just repulsed by this, just like everybody else with half a brain is, right? Everybody else that's been harmed by the actions of this disgusting human. And so I wrote, now that he's not in charge, crypto is just a technology. Funny how he didn't have this epiphany until after suing you, as he waddled his ass out the door of the SEC for the last time on December 22nd, 2020. Unreal. And that's exactly what happened. He just, oh right, it is just a technology. He just didn't figure it out soon enough. Sorry, Brad Garlinghouse. Sorry, I had to spend $150 million. Sorry, XRP holders, the millions of you that didn't achieve your life-changing wealth in 2021 to be, oops, the doodles, I'm sorry. Disgusting. Get this douche out of here. Get him off the screen. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.